Hey y'all, I do a fundraiser every single month to keep THORnews up and running. And now is that time. If you'd like to donate, it would be greatly appreciated. And here's all the ways you can do it. Sweet. All right, we are now officially 100% on hurricane season watch. No, hurricane season has not started yet officially. It doesn't start for another 30 hours. But the models give us an idea of what may or may not happen 2 weeks into the future. 16 days, technically. And so, one of the things that I do during hurricane season is I try to watch every single model run. Well, specifically of the Euro and the GFS. Today, though, I'm super tired. It's been a wild May, and I don't know if you heard, but I helped my mom move for 11 days, and then I got back and cleaned my apartment, and so today I've slept all day. So I'm just trying to tell you that I have been watching the models, and the models have been showing something forming possibly anywhere between the 8th of June and the 14th of June. It's shown it in different ways, and so we don't know what is going to happen. But if I had to guess when the first landfalling hurricane was going to hit the United States of America, my guess is the 14th of June through the 14th of July. It's a pretty big window because I think we do have something called the atmospheric defense team. They separate the low pressure from the convection of the rain, which prevents it from forming into category 5 hurricanes. It's just a theory, and so we are not going to depend on it 100%, but it has seemed that way since 2019 and 2020. And I predicted there would be snow in June, and maps are also showing, yes, snow in June. So this was the latest GFS run. It shows a tropical storm going into Elon Musk's new starbase. But yeah, we are now entering CAG season, which is Central American Gyre, where the hurricane will come out of the Yucatan Peninsula area. And no matter what, it seems like the Gulf is going to be under some pressure this year. And I predicted that just based on what we've seen in weather patterns in 2021, that Texas will probably get hit. So we need to prepare for that. All right, we are now watching the 12Z GFS. And I want to remind everybody again, if you're a homeowner and boom, there's double booms on the board with the 12Z GFS. It takes a month for your insurance, flooding insurance, to kick in. And so now it's I always describe it as it's like a 3-shell Monty, where they put the peanut under the 3 shells and then they switch them around, and you try and figure out which shell the peanut is under. And so that's what we're kind of doing. The multiple model runs have been showing some type of development that will take place at the end of the first week of June, and then whatever type of tropical storm, hybrid storm, hurricane would then be headed somewhere near the Gulf. And we've even seen model runs that put a tropical storm up near New York. At this point in time, I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows, but model runs are saying that there is a large chance of something developing around the 14th, which is my first official guess window. If I had to guess when we were going to get hit earliest by a hurricane, it would be June 14th. But, we could see it as late as July 14th. So I'm paying attention. Hopefully you're paying attention. And there'll be a lot of people out there who are paying attention, because hurricanes are pretty exciting events. And by exciting, I also mean sort of deadly. I'm on call. Gonna be there. All right. This may be the thumbnail. I slept all day. I woke up for a little while and then watched an hour and a half of Dances with Wolves and then fell back asleep. And I woke up tired. See, this is the 6Z GFS. And it doesn't really show any development, but it does show the low pressure system heading towards Starbase, Texas. So, it's something to note. What a crazy week. What a crazy month. What a crazy year 2020 has been already. And I imagine hurricane season is probably going to be pretty wild as well. This is the 00Z, and I don't think it shows any type of development. So this is from like a day ago. But it shows Florida and parts of the east, southeast getting a whole lot of rain. Like a whole lot of rain. See, look at that. So that's an area. It doesn't really develop. But it then also sends the low over to Starbase. Speaking of Elon, I guess for Memorial Day, today he posted that he's going to have an ocean spaceport named Terror and Fear that will be available for launches next year. Deimos means terror and fear. It's the Martian moon, Phobos and Deimos. And so it's just weird that, like, yo, bro, I don't know, dude, why you got to be weird all the time? So I want to remind you guys again, Jupiter moved into Pisces on May 13th. I said cryptos would crash and it would start to get really floody. And that has happened. And so Jupiter will be in Pisces with Neptune. So that's like Zeus and Poseidon. All the way through July. And so we're super on red alert hurricane watch during that time. Jupiter will then retrograde back into Aquarius at the end of July. But I'm just saying, so if it's like, is it a battle between Poseidon and Mars' moon Deimos? I'm putting my money on Poseidon for sure. What was it talking about? Oh, yeah, hurricanes. But what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I don't know, man. Like Mars just has two little moons. Like, in my mind, I think Jupiter and Saturn, maybe even Neptune, laugh at like Mars because it has Napoleon complex. Never gets canceled. Billionaires. I just thought I'd bring that up. This is for the 18Z from May 29th. And here we see that development that, boom, goes into New York. You see that? All right. Yeah, so this is what I'll be doing. And technically, as the days approach, I will not only be watching the GFS, I'll be watching the Euro, the NAM, there's like 5 different model runs, and I'll be watching them all for you guys. It's what I do. But yeah, definitely be on super red alert. Have your hurricane preparations ready. It's been a weird year, and it'll continue to be weird. And another thing I've coined is that 2021 is like a volcano advent calendar. And so like every single month we get a brand new volcano that is like, hey, look at me, and like a Miss America pageant, except it's for volcanoes. And so this month, May, was in the Congo, and that displaced like 400,000 people, and it killed a few people. And so which volcano will we get erupting? Remember that we had one erupt in the Caribbean down here, which is definitely going to make hurricane season more interesting. We've got a lot that are going off in Mexico and Guatemala. But so it's like, which volcano will be erupting? A new volcano will be erupting in June. And so that's, it's going to be a very, very, very interesting hurricane season. No matter what happens, I can almost guarantee that. But in this run, Florida would just get super drenched. And also models are back to like, they don't know what the heck they're doing. Every single model run is almost different in the long term. But if you'll notice, that has the like hurricane thing hitting. I'm too tired to argue with people about words I use. Also, it's Mercury retrograde, so people are going to misinterpret what I say. This would just be a tropical storm. But it puts some type of low formation, like straight into New York, bing, 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 on the 14th. And so this is kind of like a 2-week warning of, I'm not saying we're going to get hit by a hurricane on the 14th for sure, but I would say it's a possibility that we will get our first hurricane tropical storm activity around the 14th. I hope I've said that many times. I've said it pretty clearly, and I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody. Look, I've been doing this for 8 years, pretty good at it. And my channel's built on optimism and making the world better. Yeehaw. And then you got the sun, which is always an X factor. Then we have 3 sunspots on the sun right now. AR2824, AR2827, AR2828. So that's interesting. I thought we were going back to solar minimum conditions. But no, the sun is like, I am waking up. I need to wake up. All right. A meteor went into a volcano. That's a sign, but like I guess everything's a sign. I think it's our responsibility to the soldiers that have laid down their life in the name of freedom to make the world a better place and stop arguing with each other over dumbass political shit that both sides of the media coin is directing people to divide and conquer. But that is my one piece. And if I didn't have the utmost utter respect for our soldiers, there's no way I would be your planetary defense commander. All right? I'm usually burned out at the end of every month. That's how it works. And then I'll be kind of recharged on the first. Anyway, so yeah, look at all this imbalance here. Let me zoom out for you. Look at that. All the planets are basically all around here, and the gas giants are on this side of the sun. So we're getting maximum balance. Like I said, Jupiter's now moved into Pisces with Neptune. But in like a bromance kind of way, you got Zeus and Poseidon who are brothers. You know, I may get people at times who are like, you know, that's not very Christian of you to be talking about Zeus and Poseidon. I'm like, look, man, Jupiter and Neptune existed and were in the heavens before Jesus. So even though Jesus may be the only human son of God, I think the planets are definitely like children of God in their own wanderer planetary way. You know? I don't know, man. Everybody argues about everything all the time. I'm Norse Christian Jedi, and, you know, at times I just, people try to shut you down to have you, when you have your own thought process, and at the end of the day, nobody really knows. You know, we'll find out when we die, and that death has been the main story of 2020 and a large part of 2021. Anyway, I love y'all. I don't know, I'm so grumpy. And I will be doing my best to keep you guys posted on hurricane season. And, you know, but like I said, I don't know, dude, I give out some pretty badass information all the time that you can almost bank on. And so, yeah, I definitely think through maybe the middle of June all the way through July, it's going to be rainy, floody, cryptocurrency's going to be getting its ass kicked. And, you know, like America hasn't even, I know I'm just about crypto, but I'm just saying on things that I timed perfectly. You know, whenever it's like, crypto's so great, I was like, right at this point, it's just going to drop. Like, boom! And it did. This ain't about me, though. And so, Jupiter will retrograde back in here from August through December, and then it'll head forward and go all the way through Pisces. So, all of 2022, like the middle of May through July, is a preview of the year 2022. And actually, like with the solar maximum, I think things will start getting better. Anywho, I love you guys. Stay cool. Oh, yeah. And I do a fundraiser every month. Isn't that crazy? It's like my life is like a game show. And then it puts the impetus on me to do such a good job that you guys will be like, you know what? We really appreciate Thor. We like Thor. We will contribute and donate so he can keep doing what he's doing. And another cool thing about my channel is you never know what videos I'm going to put out. Yeah, a lot of times it's going to be planetary defense. But a lot of times I'll put out very interesting edited videos. Hopefully I'll get back to those. Did I mention, like, I went and helped my mom move out of the ranch for 11 days? That was very, it was an energetic period. She lived in that ranch for over 20 years with my stepdad, but he passed away in 2018. Anyway, and he was the Air Force. My dad was the Air Force. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Oh, I got a snail mail. I love it when I get letters in the mail. Oh, so when I got home, I was cleaning my apartment. It's like 25% clean. Man, the kitchen and the bathroom are going to need some work. Anyway, so like all the letters you guys have sent me over the years, like I built like a stack of them, and it's just, it really made me feel appreciated, and I love you guys. You guys have been amazing, but that's what, like, I love it when you guys send me letters. And I keep the cards, and, you know, in a couple of days I may do a thing where I go through all the cards just because you guys have been so incredible. I got a PayPal, I think works, CashApp, Patron. I'm trying to get my Venmo to work again, not sure about it yet. But I only got $1,587 left to raise. How many days left are in my fundraiser? I don't know, like 4.5. You guys took great care of me in May, though. So I want to say again, thank you to everybody. Just, y'all are amazing. And the fact that, like, I don't know, there was a big wrestler who said something about, I don't know, like, it's just, I appreciate the fact that I can say whatever I want to, and I can have my own opinion. I don't have to worry about sponsors or being in part of some group gang that's like trying to sell you Bitcoin all the time or trying to sell you some type of whether I'm like trying to sell you a carbon tax, I'm trying to sell you a grand limit, I don't have to do that. I can just be like, hey, I'm a Planetary Defense Commander. I'm going to shoot you straight. I may not get everything right, but I'm trying to figure out the information to the very best of my knowledge. And then a lot of times I'll just get people in the YouTube comments who will be like, you're totally wrong, I'm totally right. And I'm like, hey, man, why don't you make your own YouTube channel and do it like daily almost, and so you can prove to people how good your information is consistently over a period of time. All right, I better wrap this one up. All right, but so thank you again to Asteroid Fight Club. I've only got $1,587 left to raise. And thank you very much to Charles. And Charles said, hey, man, keep exercising and keep getting stronger. And I have been getting stronger. I walked 20,000 steps, which is like 8 miles, 2 times this week. But today I took the day off just because the last 11 days was very physical for me and emotional. Anyway, and super duper thank you to Dave of Fountains by Design. You've been super awesome. Super duper thank you to Randy. You were awesome. And hey, Mike T, thank you to you too, man. Thank you to everybody in Astro Fight Club. You guys have just been amazing. Allowed me to have the best job ever. Okay. Yeah, I'll be around. Stay cool. God bless everyone. But yeah, hurricanes, man. They'll be here before you know it.